everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the June 1st to 15th period. Okay, so we're going to jump right in with the Storyteller Oracle cards to find out what is the main storyline affecting Aquarius right now. June 1st to the 15th, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay. Oops. All right, control on the bottom of the deck. What's going on, Aquarius? Let's see what order these cards go in. Let's just flip them over. Hope everyone is settling into June nicely, and lots of transformations in May. Thank you for the first card. Okay, let's see what's going on for you, Aquarius. Okay, it looks like your first card is sacrifice. So you may be sacrificing something. You could be in a sacrificial sort of position right now in a relationship where you're giving up more than you're getting, or you could have perceived sacrifice in your life where you feel that way. It looks like you're starting to not be led by the ego, which is really beautiful to see and not that surprising because, like I said, May was a very transformative month for everyone, and June is the time where we're going to see the realization of that transformation. So it looks like you're thinking more with your true self than just by being led by the desires and that insatiable need that the ego has. So whatever's on your mind, you're trying to discover if it's true or false, and it's unclear. You've got the false card in reverse. So it looks like you think it's not true, but that's challenging you. So there's something going on intuitively, maybe with a relationship. Yeah, and it's impairing your ability to, or challenging your ability to be creative, Aquarius. So looks like you're in a relationship where you feel you're sacrificing something, and you're not sure if you're right about that or not because you've got that false card in reverse. But definitely you are feeling the need to sort of tap into that inspiration that you have, that artistic or that quality of yourself that is creative. Okay, I'm just going to add some more light to the room. Okay, there we go. So it looks like your creativity and your intuition seem to be leading you. You're being inspired here. Yeah, you are starting to see the connections between things. This is very interesting to see ego in reverse and entanglement. It looks like a spiritual awakening where you're starting to discover the connectivity of things. So you may have planted some seeds in the past that you're seeing now. Oh, wow, look at that. That work that I did in the past has led to this new timeline. Or this relationship has shown me that, I need to evaluate how I form my collaborations. Am I collaborating consciously or unconsciously? Am I being mindful with who I'm in union with or not? Very interesting. You don't feel free. You feel restricted somehow in this dynamic. You feel like you want to set sail, like you want a fresh start, but yeah, you're feeling challenged because you don't feel free, Aquarius. You don't feel free. Wow. Okay, what is keeping Aquarius feeling like they have limited options? We're going to keep these over here on the side, and we'll jump right into the tarot cards. Okay, let's find out what is going on here for Aquarius that they don't feel free and they're worrying about some sacrifice in a relationship. Okay, what's the predominant energy for what Aquarius is sitting in right now for June the 1st to the 15th? Thank you. 3 of Hearts. Okay, you feel sad, you feel remorseful, you feel maybe some regret about a betrayal that you experienced or that you were a part of. There is definitely some energy here where it's like, it's a very interesting time of separation for you. You are starting to try to understand a separation or conflict that you were a part of that was necessary. This was a necessary separation, Aquarius, and you're starting to come into that understanding. You see unity and entanglement here, which suggests that there are connections to everything we do. So this sacrifice is interesting. We'll try and get more clarity on that. 2 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So that's interesting because it suggests that this has to do with a relationship, which does seem to be the case when we look at the Storyteller Oracle because of the collaboration card, which is a card of relationships. And then you also got unity and entanglement. So looks like there was a relationship. I don't know why I'm putting that in the past, but I think it started in the past based on the sequence of these cards. And it didn't end in a way that you would have liked. Let's put it that way. But you're starting to see that that relationship was written in the stars just as it played out. And that it was necessary for it to end in a way that was difficult. Top of mind for you right now are the people in your life. So 3 of Cups. So right now you're having an emotional look at who you are collaborating with. Who are these collaborators? Who are the people in your life that you rely on, trust, see as your soul tribe? You're having a good look at these people right now. And I'm just going to grab another tarot deck here to see what are we finding when we look at these 3 of Cups. What is being revealed to us? Dissatisfaction. We see the 4 of Cups in this other deck when I come to clarify. So you're looking at your present relationships, Aquarius, and you're dissatisfied and you're almost bored. You're bored with it. You're not feeling like this is fulfilling. You've changed. You've changed. You have changed, Aquarius, even since the May readings. This is different energy. You've come into a truth. What's at the bottom line here for Aquarius? What's at the bottom line? Thank you. 2 cards. At the bottom line, we see the 7 of Cups and the 2 sevens and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. So 2 sevens, first of all, 7s are a time of choice. A time of choice. And in the Pentacles, we're seeing, should I go for it or not? Should I start over or should I keep going on this path? And that is challenging for you, as is this 7 of Cups, where you're looking at all of these options and choices that you could go for, and you're not sure what to do because you realize that whatever you do choose, that means you're not choosing the other cups. And there could be some unknown illusions in these cups, in that these cups could be very well tied to your ego, which isn't speaking to you anymore. So some of these cups could be trying to tempt you with your ego and saying, well, there's pleasure here, there's reward here, there's things that your ego desires in some of these cups. But it's almost like you're like, no, I understand sacrifice now. Some of things have to go in order to make room for other things. And so the only thing challenging you with this right now is, which one do I pick? And more importantly, the 7 of Pentacles has come to clarify this by saying, it's not just which option do I go for, but it's also a matter of, do I change paths completely or do I stay on the path I am on? And I think that involves looking and evaluating relationships for you, Aquarius. Very interesting. What are the recent past influences for Aquarius on this timeline? Recent past influences for Aquarius. Thank you. Okay, so in the recent past, we see the King of Wands. The King of Wands is really able to connect the vision he has to the external world. He's able to generate change. He's very fiery and impulsive, and understands that it takes time to develop and evolve at the end of a cycle. So that when you complete something, it takes time to sort of re-envision something and then redevelop something and then push it out again. So the King of Rods understands manifestation very well. The King of Rod understands The energy of this card understands drive, will, inspiration, initiation, creativity, and the energy that comes from the soul, right? So in the past, it looks like that was a very strong energy for you, Aquarius. Now, the King of Wands is a Leo, so we could have, it's Leo energy. We could have a Leo involved with you in the past. What are the upcoming future influences for Aquarius is Page of Swords. So very different energy. The Page of Swords is a time where you may have to evaluate things from a more curious perspective, and you may have to filter out some things that, you know, start to seem petty to you, you know, especially if you're not functioning through the ego primarily, if the ego has been silenced by spirit, and you're focusing more on spirit, then the Page of Swords suggests that you're going to see things differently. You may look at things and be like, wow, I used to gossip, or I used to be petty, or I used to play into drama a lot, and now I don't. Now I'm tapping into a different mental power, one that is more curious and can no longer see things the way I used to. So it's a really big new phase for you coming up, Aquarius. It looks like whatever transformations were initiated in May are going to continue into June and affect things. Now, what is the inner storyline for Aquarius right now? What is the story they keep telling themselves? What is the inner story for Aquarius? Sun, Moon, and Rising for the first half of June. Cards feel funny in my hands today. What is the predominant energy? Oh, it was right at the end. The Fool. We had to shuffle all the way to get to the Fool. So what's going on in your mind? You got two cards came out, also the Five of Cups. So we'll talk about the Fool first. So when the Fool comes out, it's like in your mind, you're thinking, I want to go forward without all the pieces. I want to take a chance. I want to take a leap of faith. I want to start understanding myself in a new way, which goes beautifully with the Page of Swords, because the Page of Swords also believes in taking curious leaps of faith and wants to send energy to you that suggests it's time to look at things differently. And so it's beautiful to see that for you. Now, when I see the Five of Cups in reverse for you, that says to me that it's going to be difficult emotionally. This transformation and this self-discovery and this leap of faith is going to hit you emotionally. But my friend, it's almost like the challenge is going to be the idea that you just have to get past whatever this was. Okay? Whatever this was in this relationship that hurt so much, it's still with you. You're carrying it. You're carrying it like a load on your back. Now, I don't know who hurt who. Someone got betrayed. Either you got betrayed, Aquarius, or the person you were with got betrayed. And it's like you hold that in your heart. It's you may need to release this. It might not be serving you to hold on to this, because you've still got two cups right there. Even if those three have spilled, you can look back at the two that are still ready to go and move forward. And that's challenging you. It's like your self-discovery and your leap of faith is being challenged by emotions. And that makes sense, Aquarius. You're an air sign. Emotions are not where you feel most comfortable. You would rather logic and mental acuity and mental shifts. You're not terribly interested in focusing on emotions, but it looks like Spirit is taking you down a path to know yourself through emotions. Now, what is the outer manifestation of this situation here? Okay, so Aquarius, you're coming across like a chariot. Here we have the Chariot, which is Cancerian energy, more water, more emotions, So it's really a time for you to balance that masculine and feminine energy within you. You did get the feminine yin card come up for you. So perhaps you are innately feminine energy, and now it's time to add the masculine to draw the lines. I always think of the feminine energy as if you're, drawing a bunch of dots on a page, and then the masculine energy comes in to connect those dots, to formulate something out of that creative burst of dots, right? And so right now you could be facing, you got enough, this is 7 again. This is the third 7 card for you, Aquarius. Okay, these 3 cards are all 7s. This is all about a choice you have to make. What are you choosing about? What are you deciding? Everyone can see it too. It's very clear. You're wearing it very congruently on your sleeve. Your heart's on your sleeve. You've got to make a choice. You're emotional about this choice, and it's new. It's unfamiliar. If you go for it, it looks like it's a leap of faith. Okay, so what are you worried about and wanting? Worried and wanting. You've got the Ace and Page of Rods. Wow. Like, this is a really well shuffled deck, guys. I use this deck all the time. Very interesting to see these two come out as your sort of wants and worries. So with the page, if we start with the page, we see that it's you've got this thing in your mind where you feel restless, you're fantasizing, you feel inspired and passionate. Okay, that's the page. The page is energy that's it's sort of in your sphere, but it hasn't turned into an offer or anything tangible yet, but it's there. It's ever present in your mind. And then when we see the Ace, the same suit following right behind, this is now the initiation. This is the spiritual initiation of whatever was inspiring you. Oops, wrong card. In the Page of Rods. Okay, these are the things that you worry about at night. You sit up and fantasize about this new start, this new initiation, and then you find yourself feeling anxious maybe about the idea of having to make a choice about this, because this has to do with a choice. I'm just going to clarify, what is this choice? Why do we see so many 7s here? What is the choice Aquarius has to make? We see, oh boy, 2 cards flew out onto the floor. Oh, okay. Well, the 2 cards that flew out are the Knight of Cups and the Devil. So when I ask the cards, what are you making a choice about? And we see the Devil and the Knight of Cups. That tells me it's about whether or not you're going to reconcile with a Capricorn, or whether or not you want to approach an individual. It feels like Capricorn to me because of the Devil card, but it could be, and you did get that Earth sign. You got the Yin card, so it's interesting. Anyway, it looks like the choice could be about whether or not to move forward in a relationship with someone. And you're wondering, is this feeding your ego, or is this really meant to be? Is this something that I'm doing because my ego has a desire, or am I doing this because this is the path, that my path leads to this person? Now, you're not sure. We see that. We're not sure. You have false in reverse. So that says, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And then sacrifice. I'm wondering who made the sacrifice. Did you make the sacrifice, or did the other person, or maybe both of you did? But whatever this is, Aquarius, you're trying to decide on whether or not you want to approach somebody. I'm guessing it's this person from the situation we see here. You want to approach them, but you're not sure. You're not sure if it's the right thing for you, and you're not sure about this person potentially. Interesting. I think it's a Capricorn. Okay, what is the final outcome here for Aquarius on this timeline? What can they expect sort of as a resolution to this situation where they're trying to decide about something in a relationship? The cards are being really interesting today in my hands. What is the final outcome for Aquarius? Thank you. Wow, you got this card already in a different deck when I did a clarification. The final outcome, you've got this card twice now. The Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups suggests, like I said, it's a time of being sort of bored, maybe a little depressed when it comes to relationships. Emotionally, you're not feeling great when it comes to union. And that makes sense. This whole reading is about a relationship where there was a betrayal. And initially in the past, it was really well intended. And then something happened. I'm just going to clarify here. What is this Three of Swords? What happened in this relationship? Thank you. King of Swords in reverse happened in this relationship. So King of Swords energy is one of mental shifts and feeling clever and strategic and intelligent, and sometimes needing isolation in order to understand things. So when I ask what happened in this relationship and we see the King of Swords in reverse, that tells me that there was a challenge to shift mentally. There was a challenge to understand this relationship. There was a challenge to be strategic in this relationship. And I don't know why you'd want to be strategic in a relationship in the first place, but because this energy really, the King of Swords is you, Aquarius. So when I ask what's the problem in this relationship and we see the King of Swords, I'm sorry, Aquarius, I think you screwed up. Don't shoot the messenger. I mean, it's the card. You screwed up. You screwed up with this person, and now you're thinking about them. And you're wondering if you should approach them or not. Whew. Well, it's up to you. Yeah, the cards aren't going to give you a yes or no. I mean, we can ask, how does this person feel about Aquarius? How does this person feel about Aquarius right now? Does this person want Aquarius to approach them? It's going to depend. It's really going to depend. But let's see. Nothing wants to pop out. How does this person feel about Aquarius? How does this person feel? Okay, so this person feels about Aquarius. We have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is a time of sort of getting recognition. So it looks like the way I'm interpreting this is this person feels good now. This person is better. This person has healed, and this person is doing something in the public realm where they're it's like it's publicly acknowledged. Okay, they've been recognized as someone finally. I think they're doing good. The person that we asked about here, they're in a good place. So I don't know if you want to, I don't know. It's up to you, I guess, Aquarius, but this is your choice. This is your dilemma. Your dilemma, and I feel like it's a Capricorn. We have two cards here, the King of Swords and a Capricorn. That's Aquarian and Capricorn energy. So I'm thinking you had a relationship with a Capricorn. Something went wrong. You feel like you want to approach them now, but they're doing really well. Looks like they've healed from it. And you're stuck. You're feeling stuck. You're feeling stuck and attached to this. You had this Bound card in reverse, which suggests that you don't feel free. Oh. Well, then get free. If you want to contact them for closure, do it. If you want to contact them, maybe they're still open to this union. Let's get some words of encouragement here for Aquarius. How can we help Aquarius with this timeline? What will serve Aquarius in making this choice? Yes, what will serve Aquarius so that they can make a choice here? What will serve Aquarius? Freedom. Didn't I just say freedom? You don't feel free. You need to feel free. If you don't feel free, you have to get free. Interesting. How can Aquarius set themselves free from this? Is it by letting go? Courage. Okay, courage suggests maybe it is time to contact. What else how can we encourage the courage? How can we help Aquarius get courageous so that they can free themselves? We want Aquarius to feel free. Oh, leadership. Take the lead. Okay, it looks like Spirit is saying you do what is your definition of taking the lead courageously. Maybe that is contacting them. Maybe that will give you the freedom that you need. Maybe they're going to give you the closure that you need. I'm just going to pull another card for you, Aquarius, because this is a very intriguing situation here. Any other words of encouragement from the frequencies? What would tapping into what would help Aquarius right now as far as frequencies go? What is the energy that they need to tap into? What is the energy that Aquarius needs to tap into right now? Thank you. Oh, these cards are funny today. Cosmic flower. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrances of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Wow. Oh, Aquarius, that hurts my heart reading that for you, because that makes me feel like remembrance of a place that we call home. I hope that's not this person, because if they're not into it, then that's going to hurt. I think the place you call home, Aquarius, is you. You've got to get well with yourself. If this is over, you need to heal from it. I need to know, is this over? Oh my gosh. Hang on. Is this union okay? Is Aquarius going to get to be in union with this person again? We see get creative in underworld. The underworld is very reminiscent of that devil card. It is, again, get creative. This individual may not come back easily. I think they've moved on. They've moved on. And do they want to hear from Aquarius? Oh my goodness. Whole bunch of cards. Hang on. Do they want to hear from Aquarius? We see, oh boy, lots of interesting cards. You know, this could have been a karmic relationship, because I see the Magi, the Alchemist, Ascension, and the Universe. So, you know, to me, that says, Aquarius, that no wonder this union is on your mind. This could have been a karmic relationship that came around divinely timed to teach you something about yourself. So in the moments where you're really, really thinking about this individual and not yourself, just remember that the reason we're here is to be mirrors for each other. So this person, if they were a partner and something happened and the union ended, that was designed to teach you something about yourself, not to hold you in the grips of the past forever. Okay? Interesting. Best wishes to you, Aquarius, with whatever you decide to do. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to leave it at that. If this has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, my email's in the description below. And we'll see you for the mid-month reading and the upcoming solar eclipse. I think I'll do a reading for that as well. Okay, take care, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me.